Shut up and sit down.
Go. There you go, folks. Yes, there we go. Hello, 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 and welcome to the Friday Frolic with me, Festa 67's workshop, and the Godot himself.
Hello.
Just want to quickly check that we're live. Yeah, we are. There you go, because I've got YouTube open at the moment. So, yes, welcome, welcome, welcome to our fun-filled Friday shenanigans, where pretty much we just goof around and let you all insult us. Happy days. So, yeah, if you'd like to help me out and keep all of this possible and alive, obviously you can see it on the screen there, patreon.com Festa67's workshop, or click the join button below or the $sign to send a super chat. All goes in a big pot. Pays for this. Happy days. Talking of the groovy gang, let's scoot right up to the beginning using the scrolling up option.
Dum, dum, dum.
Thanks to James for telling me audio's perfect, mate. Saves me answering. Thank you very much for that. At the very top there, you can see all the perks, all the bits and pieces where you can save money for tabletop gaming and all of that. Remember, folks, any of them links, I do get a little kickback from it, so bear that in mind, but you still pay the same money and you get a discount, okay? Marcus is in, says, good evening, one and all. Hello, Marcus, how are you, mate? Natasha is in, says, I have Festa panel and all in chat. Hello, Natasha, how you doing, darling? Love to you and the birds. Hope you're all okay and that your feathers aren't ruffled. See what I did there? One saying hello to each other there. Some bloke called Guru's in, Wiggly Squigglers. Marcus is saying hello to you. Athol McNick always in, unless you've changed your name to Athol McN. Evening, Colin and Fox just popped in to give you guys a thumbs up. Thank you, very glad. Before going to bed, we have a long day's drive tomorrow to Oban in West Scotland. Happy days, mate. Jeff Light is in, says, hi, Cole, Fox, and everyone in chat. And hello, Jeff. How are you, mate? Big love and hugs to Maggie as well. Hope you're both doing all right and everything is okay in the world of the Light family. Everyone said hello to Jeff and Maggie. Bill is in, says, evening, peeps. Are we ready to frolic until the early hours? Yes, we are. We'll be on till 2 a.m, folks. So you've got a couple of hours of joy with me and the GNU. So there you go. James's Bricks and his Builds is in, saying, evening, morning, Colin, Fox, and all in chat. Festa and Fox Hugs, hello, mate. How you doing? Love to you and Alicia and Shania. Hugs to you all, mate. What else have we got? Athol says, hi, SpongeBob from under the bus. Happy days. PJ is in. He says, it's been a minute. He says, Fox, trigger number 147C since we last all met. So good evening, morning, Colin, Fox, and all the Friday frolickers in chat. Hello, PJ, how are you, mate? Lovely to see you in, mate, and I hope everything's going all right for you. You know what I mean, mate. Natasha says, I only ruffle by feathers when Fox is about. Sorry, I'm joking. Oh, have we got a little crush on the GNU, have we? Aye. Just as well I haven't said that live on the internet, because everyone would know. Phil Bolton.
I think it's possibly more birds eat chickens than hens.
Phil Bolton is in, says, hi, everyone, hope you're all right. He says that your week was a good one. Hello, Phil, how you doing, mate? Lovely to see you in, mate. Hope you're keeping well. So that's the chat currently up to date. God, I did well there.
You did well there.
How's you and how's my mum?
I've got a funny smell in my nose.
Yeah, your nose is too near you. Yeah, you know what I was going to say there.
Yeah. It's not that I can smell something funny, it's just there's a funny smell in my nose. I don't know what it is. It's weird. Anyway, I'm fine. Thank you for it. Thought I'd share that. I'm fine, thank you. Mama Wolf is abed, asleep now. She's successfully moved downstairs.
Oh, so bless, yeah.
Fast asleep downstairs with the mouse that I've been trying to catch for 2 weeks. Yes.
Is it a Bluetooth mouse?
PS2 mouse.
Yeah. So we won't go into that because,
I I've been having a battle of wills with this little tiny mouse for the last 2 weeks, and it's winning. It's winning every day.
It's laughing at you, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just, we'll see. I sense it will be in the fields by tomorrow.
Yeah. Oh, you're determined, are you?
Yeah, have new traps. It will be gently relocated.
Oh, bless you.
But yeah, we're all fine. All fine here now. Thank you.
Happy days. I'm all right, mate. Yeah, it's the usual. Yeah. And what am I building, I hear you ask?
What are you building, you hear me ask?
I am still doing my 6-wheeled Russian fire engine, and I must admit, I have got a look about them, and so I'm still coming to the end of this build, and then I'll start a new one next week, because I am, as you all know, binge building my entire stash to the stage where all the sub-assemblies are ready for primer. And then I'm going to have a move round in here, because normally my spray booth sets up by a bit of magic on the bench.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm hoping that if I can get enough room and have a move round, I can move my 3D printers all over a bit and then set my spray booth up just next to the bench, just on the left. So I'll be able to scoot in the chair from bench to booth to booth to bench and sit and have it assembled and permanently up so that I can just spray stuff randomly rather than do the dismantling. So
yeah, you can just go, I need to spray that.
Yeah, so I can move my fan assembly that's under there further up, so that all the printers extract into it, the spray booth, and just extend the pipework. So that's the plan, but at the moment, that's in the future. So I'm just binge building until I do the move.
It's in the future.
Well, it makes logical sense, because I'm getting to the point where I might not be able to move stuff around like I do, because me mobility is really going downhill, and I can see this room being set up permanently for the pram. So
yeah, you need to be able to.
I'm forward planning it so that everything is done, so that I haven't got to worry about being upright again, so to speak. So
just give the people a minute to accept the fact that you're actually doing forward planning.
It's
something that we don't normally do, isn't it? So
it's a case of having to, but it's one of them, and so anyway, that's the plan. So I'll be able to literally, just to my left where my filament printer is, just there, is be able to set the spray booth up there, and then move the filament printer under the boiler where the resin ones are, and then move them where my disused tool cabinet is. So that's the plan, anyway.
Fudge. Yeah, well, tonight, Matthew, I am still building my Death Court of Krieg.
Oh, nice one.
Set. I'm on the, is it 5 or 10? I think it might be, I can't remember how many it is now. A whole bunch of horsey men.
Oh, nice
Death
one.
Court horsey dudes on the horses. I think it's 5 or 10 of them or something. I can't remember.
Don't forget also, folks, bench, belly, beverage and biscuit. What's on the belly? What's on the bench? What is your biscuit of choice? Just before I forget. Yeah, carry on, mate.
And don't forget, if you want to really help Festa out and benefit at the same time, every super chat, every pound super chat to Festa is a minute that I shut up. So if you put a £1 super chat in, I have to shut up for a minute. If you put £100 in, I have to shut up for 100 minutes. Yeah. Which is great, because I get loads of work done, and Festa gets help with his bills. So you feel free.
But anywho, so what have we all been up to in the chat this week?
Yes.
And what have you all got planned for the weekend? Have you got relatives down? For me and PJ, probably Jeff as well, we're racing nuts, so we're going to be watching cars go round in circles in Japan. So we'll be doing that this week. So,
Circular dudes.
Happy days.
This man has an enormous erection.
Andy Preston is in, says hi, everyone. Hello, Andy. How are you, mate? Bill says I have a burning smell in my nose for weeks. Apparently it's an allergy. Oh, is it? A symptom. Yeah. Happy days.
Yeah, this is more like, it's more like I can just smell the inside of my nose, which you sometimes get. It's just not a pleasant smell.
You've got to shut up for 10 minutes. Thank you very much, Phil. He says, in that case, yeah, there you go. So we have... let me get my timer out. Hang on. Yeah, Natasha says, I don't think you want to know what got on with me. Yeah, I had a bit of a stay in hospital for a couple of days at the beginning of the week because of my legs, but we're getting there. Yeah, it's one of them. It is what it is. And, yeah. There you go. Let's grab that off of the front of there. Yeah, I'm not sure what my next build will be, to be quite honest with you. I've got the US truck that James sent me to do. That'll be a nice, quick, simple put together. I've just cut a piece literally off the sprue. Do you think I can see it? I literally just cut it off. Have I stuck it on the instructions? Yeah, I have. There you go. This is the world of Festa, see? Yeah. So, yeah, I've got that to do. That's a nice, quick win. I've got some bikes to do. I've got a Metro 6R4 that I'm currently filming. So I want to save that for the video build series because that's having a bit of a conversion done on it. I've got my bikes. I can build a few more bikes. I'm trying to look to see what I've got. I might start the DeLorean or could possibly do a bit of armour next because I've got my Tiger tank that I've been doing, the Rye-Field one. I've got that. So I could sit and finish that. I've got a Jag Panther then, so I might get all my Rye-Field armour done as well. And then I can do different paint jobs on, on different kits. You've got to add 5 minutes, mate, because Bill's put in a £5 super chat. Payday is Monday, so 5 minutes, please. Hey, mate, look, I appreciate each and every one of you that is taking the time to do this, purely and simply because with what's going on, around the world and all of that lot, money is tight, and I appreciate that each and every one of you has taken the time to do this at a time when we're all financially stretched. So a big, massive thank you to all of you. And also, there is a reward in it for you because Jabberjaw has to stay quiet, doesn't he? So there is that, I suppose. Yeah, I can see him. He's sitting there. He's like, yeah, damn it. But he's going to get a shed ton of work done, isn't he? So happy days. Natasha says, what are you doing tonight? I will show you again. I am doing my Russian truck. It is a 6-wheel fire truck, one of them bad boys. And the variant that I am doing is going to be this one. So, yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing. But I'm going to be doing them where they're in a field abandoned. Now, I know that Chernobyl was in 1985, and I don't need reminding of that, but I'm going to see whether I can source the identification off of maybe one of the trucks that's abandoned. There's a load of artwork that I've downloaded where these are all parked in a big field, and if I can get close-ups of the livery, then I'll be able to make my own decals and then age them back, because the vehicle itself was manufactured in 67, so it's been going for donkey's years. So I'd like to do this one, and then the other one I recently built as 2 abandoned trucks in a field just outside Pripyat, outside Chernobyl, and moss them and weather them down and just decay them. TK is in the chat. He says, tell us about your awesome watch. He can't speak at the moment, TK, because 2 people have put in super chats, and when super chats happen, Fox has to stay quiet for the allotted amount. So I think he has got a few minutes left, but there you go. And that looks like one of those old original Casio calculator watches from back in the day. There you go. Bill says it could be worse. We could have all invested in Tesla a few years ago. Happy days. Barker says, have a big stash. We'll start to do a stash review of what to build next. Yeah, I've got a fair old bit to build, so I am literally just binge building stuff on the live streams, and then I shall film all the painting because it's easier for me. But that's what I'm up to. That's what I am currently building. So hopefully that lets you all see. And at the moment, I'm putting together the roof pipes system that will go basically across here, somewhat like so. So I shall build these as, excuse me, sub-assemblies where they're on their mounts, but I won't actually mount them to the vehicle until they're all painted up and ready to go. Same as all the roof for the cabin and all of that lot. I've left the roof off so that I can get in and detail up the cab. But I've also opened up one of the side doors because I want it sort of open when the seat's torn and just, yeah. So that's my plan for it. Thanks to Ron for getting me this one. James got me the previous six-wheeler that I built. I'll probably knock together the little US truck that you got me, James, so that I've got these three ready to go. The US one is going to be done as a nomadic dystopian type vehicle for a future video series as well. I'll go and get me boy to dig down me tanks and I can start them and get them going. And then I'll have a box full of 35th Armour to paint. I've got 4 boxes of Warhammer vehicles to do. Loads of figures. I've got the KA.Models stuff. I've got that all in one place now, so I can start work on that again. So it's hopefully going to be a little bit more productive than it has been. I've got a couple of archive videos that I found on the channel. I thought I had released, but I hadn't, so I'm going to drop them up. I've got a Rossi bike one to drop up this week. I'll get that done. And I do believe in the archive is the final part of the Ringo build, so I'll search that out and then I'll get that released for you as well. And then the next scale model build series is probably gonna be the 6R4 that I'm doing, the conversion on that. So yeah, so PJ, that'll be up your street, mate. It's a nice shiny rally car and all of that lot. But I might have festered it, mate. So yeah, but I've in a nice way, PJ. I don't want you to think that it's going to be Warhammered up. It's going to be bespoke, but yeah, I've tweaked it a little bit, mate. So bear that in mind. It's all done via the relevant artwork. So I did my research. So yeah, so hopefully you all like that when it comes out, because it's been a while since I've done one of those type builds on a shiny. So yeah, I just thought, why not do it? So that'll be that one done. I've then got the McLaren Senna to do. Probably start that after the 6R4 video series is out. That'll be done with a bespoke paint job, that one. I'm not getting the saw out on it because it doesn't need it, but it will have a bespoke paint job. So because, you know, I could do it like the box art, but I don't want to. I want it to be a bit different, so that's what I'm going to do. Where did I put it? It's just there, folks. There you go. Pop that one there, because I cut bits off these sprues and I forget where I've put them. So yeah, so I normally put them on the instructions, but I've found many times I pick up the instructions to read where I am, and the bits that I've put on them slide off, and it's like, oh, really? Yeah. Okay, let's have a quick looky-loo. Phil Bolton says I've nearly cleaned out my stash. Andy says, hope you and Fox are well. Missing Mondays, the original live streams. Well, they are coming back, Andy. It's just obviously I was hospitalised for a period before Christmas and have been out of the loop. And I've started streaming again. The Frolics were the first ones I started doing just to see how I get on with it. And then we've already been speaking with the other E-Models guys, and I'm looking at starting the E-Models live streams from this coming Monday. So I've had a good chat with the Guru and the E-Models guys just to let them know that, you know, I want to give it a go and see how I get on. And that's what I'm going to do. So there you go. So that's your exclusive. We are hoping to be back on Monday. Because it would have been Chris and Ted, Chris doing the buttons. And do I want the viewers to suffer the risk? Because, yeah. So, yeah. So we'll be back for that Monday. I'm going to, over the weekend, dig out some bits and pieces for the 16th tank that I was doing ready so that we can do that. So it will be back, mate. So there you go. That's your exclusive. Phil Bolton, I've read that one. Bill says, could be worse. We could have all invested in Tesla. Tell us about your awesome watchers, Fox. He will do when he's allowed back. Everyone said hello to TK. Marcus loves your watch. In between projects, says Bill, just filming the 1400th Revell Titanic with model actual rec footage. It's going to be a bit special. Happy days. Marcus says, sounds like a great project, Bill. And PJ says, Fox, a trigger multi-package. 1, chassis. 2, large crane fly tickling Fox's nose. 3, Jeff Lynne sings like a cat being strangled. Number 4, they're not Jeff Lynne glasses, they're Roy Orbison glasses. And also, Jean-Michel Jarre cannot play keyboard. Normally gets him going. You could really go for it, PJ. Just say Vangelis is nothing but a glorified busker. That'll get him going. Normally works. This is fun. This is fun because I know now he's squirming because anyone who speaks ill of Vangelis will get the full-blown discography of Vangelis explained to them as to why it is the best ever music in the world. Yeah. He's scribbling frantically now. Yeah. Bless him. This is painful for him. He came prepared, though, with his pen of writingness, didn't he? Bless him. Don't ever change, dear. Yeah, but chassis will always get him. But which is good fun. Also, if you want to rewind him up, just say Baneblades of Bish. Yeah, do that one we get him. What about white gloves, says Bill. Now, there's a fault, Bill. There's a fault. Yes, your penchant for white gloves. Discuss. Well, he can't discuss it, can he? Of course he can't. So one thing he's never going to live down. Fudge, yeah. Normally the response is, I don't know. I wore them once. They were rather special, though. I'll give him that. Natasha says, prefer Fox like that, she says. Don't hold back, Natasha, will you, darling? Yeah, you're going to hurt his feelings at this rate. And once was all it took. Exactly, Bill, because I certainly can't unsee them. You know, and it was within minutes of the video going up. It's like, what's with the Ali Bongo gloves, mate?
Yes! Free. Ha! I even got my tiny violin out there as well.
Go on, get it out of your system.
No, I'm fine.
Are you sure?
Yeah, you can mock Vangelis all you want. Most of his stuff is actually crap. I don't know. Such rudeness.
Which one of those was the one that got you to the most?
I can't remember now. Probably the Baneblade one, I think.
Really?
No, actually, no. Chassis.
Chassis, yeah.
I was watching. I've just realised my thumb looks like I'm a heavy smoker, but it's not. It's actually hot dog mustard on my nail. Weird. I was watching a video. It's the case everyone thinks I'm a heavy smoker.
Version there, I'll give you that.
In case everyone thinks I'm a heavy smoker, I'm not. I was watching a video the other day, and it was a guy talking about synthesizers, like stuff, and he was reviewing this one. And he kept saying not just chassis.
Yeah.
This American guy, not just saying chassis, but chassis.
Oh, really?
Now, if you look at this synthesizer, it has a full metal chassis.
Yeah.
Oh.
Bye-bye, Marcus, by the way.
Oh, see you, Marcus.
Thanks for coming in, mate. Catch you tomorrow, dude.
Yeah, and it was just like, oh, it was not good.
Yeah. I was watching a Dave Kindig show that who's a car builder out in Utah, and Kev, one of his managers, he always says chassis. And it must have broke the record for the amount of times that word was said in one episode, and I was like, I so wanted to send you the link to it. It was like, yeah.
It's like, I kind of accept that Americans say that because that's just the way Americans say it, but to see British people, I shall mention no names, saying it just makes me cringe and die a bit inside.
Yeah, it's like, yeah.
Let's just say there's a certain YouTuber who knows better, who should know better. I've got a very sniffly nose.
Yeah, usually if you called it that in our workshop back in the day when I was doing my apprenticeship, you got the wet, oily rags slapped round your chops, mate.
You what, mate? What do you call it? Smack.
Yeah. Where are you? You'd say, well, I'm in Acton. Good. You're not in the USA. Americans call it that, not us. You'd be smearing off used old oil off the side of your chops. It's like, yeah, I won't be doing that again.
A blob of Swafiga at the bottom of your teacup.
Yeah. I used to love opening a fresh pot of Swafiga.
Oh, there's nothing like the smell of a fresh tin of Swafiga, is there?
Oh, mate.
I mean, I haven't used Swafiga since I was at secondary school and we had metal workshop or metalwork class, where we had all the metalwork stuff and a forge and everything, and we actually used Swafiga at the end of it, and it's like
it's like a big tub with a pump on the top. Oh, mate.
Yeah. Oh no, we just had the metal tins.
Yeah.
Put your hand in.
You had the big old.
Yeah. Oh, just
mate.
so good. I need to buy Swafiga just to be able to stick my hand in it.
Is it still a thing? Can you still get it?
I guess it is. It's one of them ubiquitous products like 3M Blue Towels.
Yeah, because obviously I haven't had a workshop for many years now, so...
I have no use for Swafiga at all. I'm not even sure what it did that, like, soap and water didn't. It had, like, a grain in it, didn't it? Like a gritty...
yeah, it was a very granular consistency, so it would abrade oils off, but it also had skin cleansiness and stuff, and basically stopped the oil attacking the skin, didn't it, and damaging it.
Yeah, I got a stern look off my metalwork teacher once because he was very like northern, grew up in a mine, kind of like Blackburn type sideburns and moustache, and like throws chairs at you. Yeah. And I said to him, so metalwork's all kind of manly, and he went, I happen it is. And I said, so Swafiga, like, kind of like hand lotion, isn't it? Really?
Oh, you didn't. Oh dear.
So you kind of put your hands in hand lotion at the end of it. It's a bit like oil of Ulay, and he went, you better get out now.
Yeah, I'll oil of you in a minute, you little... Yeah.
Similar words were said. He was not impressed.
Oh dear.
I can't believe that at secondary school we actually got to use a blacksmith forge. It was great. We actually had one on the
Yeah, we had that in school proper
grounds.
forge.
Yeah. What did I make? I made a ball peen hammer.
Yeah, ball pen hammer. You made garden trowels and garden forks. Do you remember making the tangs for the handles, for the wooden handle to go on?
No, but I made the little scrolly thing that goes on the wall, like a right angle thing with scrolly bits that you hang a hanging basket off.
Yeah.
Like a 90-degree angle with scrolly pins on the end.
Yeah, we did. Hand trowel, hand fork. Yeah. Anything that could have a wooden handle attached to it. The fireplace set, the poker and all of that. Gubbins.
Oh, yeah. But we never did the wooden bit, because that would have encroached on the woodwork class. That was a different teacher. He was also hard and northern.
Yeah.
And they would have just fought each other to death. But
proper anvil.
Did you ever do the thing where you get the tool that's all metal, but you plastic coat the handle?
Yes. Yeah.
When you heat it up to like bright red, and then you just dip it in the plastic powder and pull it out.
Do you remember dipping the metal in the big vat of oil as well to darken it?
Oh, to quench it.
Yeah.
Oh, so good. I had no woodwork skills at all, right? And I really had no metalwork skills.
Yeah.
But I loved just on the floor, just hammering away at a piece of metal with a hammer on the anvil. It was so much fun.
Oh, yes, I love that lesson. The smell of freshly quenched metal.
Oh, yeah, that kind of oily burning smell is just fantastic.
Yeah, it's up there, isn't it? It's like, yeah.
If anybody's never had the joy of actually working a forge, even as a 15-year-old child, so it just means getting a rod of metal and hammering it flat. It's not like proper blacksmithery, but if you've never had that experience, it is just awesome. If you have access to a blacksmith, ask them if you can have a play one day, because it's so much fun. It's so much fun.
I wouldn't know whether it's still done like that in schools now. With proper forges and all of that. Is it a lesson that's still taught?
I don't know.
I would have thought it would have been, but...
I mean, if you're going to do metalwork, there's no other way to do it, but I don't know.
Yeah, we did welding.
Yeah, I suppose nowadays it would be welding and stuff, wouldn't it? Rather,
yeah.
It's probably more engineering now than actually
you had
manual.
metal work where you made stuff, but then you had technology, which was sheet metal work, fabrication, and all of that. A lot of the woodwork side of things, and I love them lessons because it was in me blood when it cars and.
I think if I remember rightly, ours was woodwork and metalwork, but metalwork was also where you learned how to draft.
Yeah.
So we were taught how to use we had a fold-up drawing board with a right angle set square ruler stuff.
Oh, we did that in tech drawing. Yeah.
Yeah, no, for us it was part of metalwork. And we had to design we had to we had to draw the Shell oil logo.
Oh, right.
Using all the correct angles and circumferences and all the tools we were taught basic drafting skills, basically, which was quite good. I wasn't good at that either.
Yeah, you used to do your front elevation, your side elevations, and
isometric, all that stuff.
45-degree lines, so you could transfer all your lines up and then across for you. Yeah.
Or while having the smell of Swarfiga and the metalwork class behind you.
Well, I mean, it's funny, isn't it? I mean, at the time we was probably like, "Ooh, what's the point of this?" And yet here we are, 40 years later, still talking about it.
Yeah.
It's all lessons that when I had my own shop, I used to use all of the tricks that I learned from them lessons to do my stuff. So
yeah, I mean, it's like for me, the whole secondary school was just boring, and I didn't enjoy any of it. But when I walked in the metalwork class, I was like, "Oh my god, they've got blacksmiths forge!" I was like, "Wow, this is brilliant." I don't know why, it just was.
Yeah, it was like you'd died and gone to heaven, wasn't it?
Yeah, because you're a 12 or 13-year-old kid, and your entire purpose in that class is to hit things with a hammer. Come on.
PJ says Swarfiga is available on Amazon at £12.52 to 500ml. Ding dong, that's pricey.
You need a 12-litre bucket so you can get your entire hand in there. It's a lot cheaper than buying a pot of slime, which probably costs 1,000 times more.
Oh, do you remember that? Slime. Slime and Slinky Springs.
I was sent a mail the other day by a company that does children's craft stuff, and one of their major products is slime.
Yeah.
It's like a big thing with children's crafts nowadays, is slime. It's like, wow,
really? Yeah. Because you get the transparent one that had the bugs in it. Do you remember that one?
Oh, yeah, I remember that. And the sparkly ones, but I was never keen on the I like the one with the bugs in it. I got one with bones in it once.
Oh, right, yeah.
Just little tiny plastic bones.
Yeah, I had the bugs one. It's like, yeah.
Bags.
Again, it was getting it out of the pot, wasn't it, that big?
Yeah. It's just ASMR all the way through. Apparently, there's a big thing at ASMR channels that do slime.
Yeah. Have you watched the ASMR with the lava lamp? Have you watched that one yet?
Oh, no, I've not seen that.
Yeah, I've got about 40 minutes into that, and I'm like, why am I sitting here watching this?
Because it's the right thing to do.
But it was just like, yeah, it's just fun of them, isn't it? It's like the aquarium. It's like, yeah, just sit there, don't you? Yeah. See the one, the fire screensaver. It's just literally your screen is a fireplace. It's just like,
I've got one of them somewhere. I had that on the R360. It was a 360 screensaver.
Yeah, it's just something different, isn't it?
I'm weird with ASMR though, because it's like I'm not affected by I find whispering annoying.
Oh right.
And like clickety fingers and bubble wrap, I don't like that at all. But soft voices, I like soft voice, not whispers, but soft voices, like Bob Ross or anything like that. There's a guy called John Butler.
Oh right.
And his videos are all spiritual nonsense. It's all gobbledygook and nonsense. It's not really interesting me at all. But the way he speaks is so relaxing. I'll just sit there and put his videos on loop.
Nice one.
Without listening to anything he's saying, because I don't care about anything he's saying. It's just like,
yeah, it's just something different, isn't it?
But like quiet voices. And there is one channel called RR Cherry Pie. And all this person does, I think it's a woman, she gets these little Japanese like things. It's basically a load of packets of powders.
Yeah.
And you make like, say, a burger and fries and a small Coke, but they're all tiny and they're all made of like sweets, like gelatins and stuff. So you're making sweets that look like burgers and fries.
Yeah.
You mix all them all together and put them in the microwave. And she just makes that stuff without saying anything. It's so quiet and the noises. That just zongs me out. That does.
Oh, the farrier bloke's good. Doing the old,
like the farrier, don't you?
the old shoeing the horses and that, yeah.
Shooing the horse away.
That's just something different, isn't it?
Right, C13. C13.
Bill says, do you know there were over 3 billion rivets used on the Titanic? Damn rivet counters were around even then. Says, did they have fork handles? Handles? Forks.
Handles for folks.
Oh, handles. Don't know what that was.
And a partridge. I don't know. It kind of a bit wibbly wobbly at the end, didn't it?
It didn't it?
Kind of fettled a bit. C13.
Do like a fettle.
Fetulations. C13. I don't even know which sprue C is. This is really quite confusing.
Probably be the one with the C on it, mate.
That's the thing. They don't have the letters on them.
Oh, no.
It's like they give you that, but they don't actually letter the sprues. It's like, really? You take one step forward, GW, and then you take one step back.
Yeah, it's a conspiracy, mate. It's all gone Pete Tong, isn't it?
Conspiratio. Now I've got to go through all these sprues. Try and find it.
I want that on there yet. That one.
C13. C9. Well, that's C97. That's on that sprue. Be nice if 13 was on there. But no. That's 12. Do I need 12?
He needs 12.
Yes, I do need 12. Ha ha! Fantabulosity.
Get rid of that off of there. Let them try and put them on their brackets.
So I'm having a fun little battle of wills with this little tiny mouse at the moment.
Yeah, it's really messing you about, isn't it?
It is winning, I have to admit. I will not deny it is winning.
Proper laughing at you, is it?
Yeah. It's ignored every single trap I've put down so far.
Defiant little git, isn't it?
Yeah. Quite happily stand there and watch while I could be stood in the room and it'll just come out and be like, hello. It just doesn't give a crap anymore. It's like, don't care. Not scared at all. So cute, though.
It's been around for a little while, hasn't it?
Good few weeks. I wouldn't mind. It's like not only is the garden patrolled by the cat next door, the fox also lives in our garden, and yet none of them have caught the damn thing. I was watching the fox in the garden the other day.
Yeah.
And I was just sitting there and I was saying to it, why can't you catch the mouse that lives around our house and garden? Because, you know, that's what you do as a fox. Come on.
Yeah. Where are you when I need you?
Yeah, and all it did was yawn and walk off. Really useless.
Yeah, I'm gonna do them on. Let's grab the next 2 tubes and get them done.
Tubes. I definitely think the fox actually lives at the back of our garden though now.
Oh, really? Is it there permanently now?
I think so, because I quite often see it, like, it seems to get up about 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Because I see it come out from the back of the garden, have a good stretch and a scratch, and then it kind of wanders back. So I think I'm pretty sure it lives at the wild bit at the end of our garden now.
Yeah.
Which is great. I've been hoping for that since I was a teenager.
Yeah. And they were saying the other day, would they try to encourage people not to cut their grass at the moment, just so that butterflies have got a place to do their thing, because they...
Yeah, and pollinators.
Yeah, I have an area of the garden that is, I would say, unkempt, but natural.
Yeah.
Just to let the critters have somewhere to do their thing, you know, and then the rest of it is, you know, our use, but...
Well, we've got, like, the whole back half of our garden.
Yeah.
There's, like, some bushes, then there's a little archway, and then there's a pond, so it's just a little tiny path that goes to the back half of it. So it's kind of
the archway.
Jeez. So it's kind of split in 2 anyway. So I said, during your chocolate velociraptor and the gardener disappeared, and it's like, we'll just leave it to grow wild.
Yeah.
And it did, and now it's all the brambles and bushes and things, holly and creatures.
Yeah, you get little critters in there.
Mm-hmm.
Probably where your mouse is.
Yeah. I mean, mouses is fine in the garden, but it's when they come in the house, they need to be gently persuaded to not be in the house.
Yeah. Yeah, because once they have a little nook to go in, that's it. That's their nesting area, and that's it. Then you end up with a lot more than one.
Yeah. Well, I mean, all you can do is, because I can't really see where they're coming in. I've got no way to block it, but I'll just make sure there's nothing in the house to attract them, like food and stuff.
Yeah.
Which is the trick. But then, you know, I live with Mama Wolf, who gets crumbs everywhere.
Yeah.
She's an absolute nightmare for crumbs and stuff. So it's like, We've had mouses before. They occasionally come in. You just catch them.
Just the thing, aren't they?
Yep. It's funny, you know. It's like I walk into a room and there'll be a spider and I'll jump and I'll be like, ah. But I walk into a room, there's a mouse sitting. I'll be like, oh, really? I don't even, if I'm not expecting it, I don't even jump. I just kind of look at it and go,
morning. Yeah. That's normally it. And you just go, yeah, morning.
Morning. Don't poop on my food, and we'll get on.
Thing is, they're becoming more prevalent because wildlife is moving into residential, isn't it? So
yeah, the urbanisation of all the critters.
Yeah, I mean, we can go 100 yards and there's deer. You know, it's just unbelievable. You know how close wildlife is now.
I think we've got like a country house about 2 kilometres away from us, and that's got a deer park in it.
Yeah, you got deer, badgers, foxes, all kinds of stuff. You know, what about bringing beavers back? We got an area locally to us that has been tested for integrating beavers. You know, because we have a lot of natural waterways down here.
Yeah. Because they want to.
Yeah, you know, and they're testing to see whether or not them building their dams will stop a lot of the localised flooding in the wetlands, because, well, you know, we got a lot of reclaimed wetland that we're built on.
Yeah,
and
they used to regulate it all, didn't they, the beavers?
Yeah,
and stuff.
so they're bringing the beavers back, and it's a thing down here, and I'm all for it,
I know in
to be
Scotland
honest
they have
with you.
actually done it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, in Scotland they actually got round to doing it, and now they're just discussing whether to bring lynx back.
Yeah. You know,
possibly even wolves as well in Scotland, which would be so cool.
It's one of them, isn't it? You know, it's...
Well, they were saying in Scotland, like, when you go into the Highlands and it's all just, you know, the hills with just some scrub, like for thousands of square miles, it's just scrubland. He says it's because the deer eat all the trees.
Yeah.
Because there's no wolves to hunt on the deer. So if you can get that cycle back where there's prey and predator, then the trees might grow back.
Yeah.
Because right now there's nothing to keep check of all the deer and stuff that eat all the trees.
I think it's a good idea. You know, it's natural wildlife doing their job, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, if you think about it, the British Isles should mostly be covered in forest.
It once was, wasn't it?
Yeah, fenland and things like the peak districts, where it's all just peaks and grass and shrubs, shouldn't be like that. It should be forest. Forests are awesome. I say bring back wolves and lynx and just get Scotland full of predators.
Well, there was a few released locally, wasn't there, up there where they had been released illegally, hadn't they, lynx, and they went and got them, and because they're not, well, they were captive, weren't they, captive lynx, and they need to acclimatise them, don't they, to...
Yeah, I was watching a guy on YouTube he's a wildlife guy, and he was explaining why it was wrong that it was done. He says there is a big movement to get lynx released, and they are studying it at the minute to see if it should be done or not. You know, they need to make sure it's not going to mess things up. He said, but the reason this was bad, it's not because it was done without permission. He said, but like you say, it's because they've not been
they're domesticated rather than living in the wild. They can't fend for themselves. They're not used to it.
When it comes to, if it gets the go ahead, then they'll specifically take newborn lynx and bring them up in a way that gets them wilded rather than...
Captive animals get used to being fed and food brought to them. They soon quickly forget how to hunt for it, don't they? And
because somebody's like, why are they so upset with it? It's like, because they won't last long. They don't know what they're doing out in the wild. So what you said was exactly right.
Well, one of them died not long afterwards because it was starved, wasn't it? I love nature, you know, to be in the middle of nowhere, just sitting there watching all these things, just going about their business, doing their own thing. It's like...
What was the thing that escaped down south last year? Was it a capybara that escaped?
Oh, yeah, capybara.
And it took them about 2 weeks to get it back. Yeah. And capybaras are so cool. They're so cool.
Oh, mate, it was proper Inspector Clouseau stuff, mate. It was.
And it's they're like little fat things that don't go very far yet. It took them 2 weeks to find it.
2 weeks to get it. Yeah, they kept finding it with the bear in the air that does all the what's the word? UV. You know where you can night vision. That's the word you're looking for, Cole. And heat seeking and that, and they kept spotting it. So every time they directed the people to it, the little critter would just, see you later, folks, and off it went.
And it's like, where could they possibly find it? Oh, what a surprise! They found it right by the riverbank.
It's about,
I could have told you that.
About a mile from where it had got out.
It hadn't got very far. My big thing at the minute, and it's because YouTube keeps recommending it to me, is if you've watched me, I don't know if you've watched me, but if any watching. Watch me play Far Cry.
Yeah.
I think I streamed some of Far Cry 4, and one of the animals in that is the tapir.
Yeah.
Which is a little fluffy, kind of capybara-sized thing, but it's got a little tiny trunk, and you have to hunt them. And I don't like because they're dead soft. But anyway, YouTube keeps recommending these videos from a zoo where it's a baby tapir.
Oh right, yeah.
And like tapirs are kind of cute anyway, but this baby one is about the size of a cat, and it's got this little trunk that's about 3 inches long, and it's not quite figured out how to use it yet. But it's got all stripes on it because little baby tapirs look like chipmunks with trunks. It's just this, and it's so adorable.
Bill saying one of our drone teams were the ones that found it. Happy days, yeah.
Nice. Talking to drones.
Yeah.
I found a drone in the back garden the other day.
Oh, really?
It crash landed. It had 3 broken arms, 2 of which showed signs of being super glued together at some point.
Yeah.
And it was just there. And I was like, that's weird. It'd been there for a couple of days, I think.
Yeah.
So I brought it inside. There was no SIM card in it. And I looked at it. It turns out I looked it up and it was like a 250 quid drone.
Yeah.
And I'm like, who's going to lose a drone and not try and find it?
Someone that was doing something illegal with it, probably.
Yeah. So I reported it to the local fuzz and said, I found this drone. It's probably nothing, but I thought you'd better let you know.
Yeah.
And blow me, they turned up the next morning to collect it.
Yeah.
And they were like, yeah, it's over 250 grams, so it should have a registry of who owns it. So.
Yeah. Yeah, the little pocket drones are a thing here that the local cribs use to scope property. Yeah, well, that's the first thing I thought was if you're not going to... Obviously, it crashed before because they'd fixed it. Yeah. But it's like, if you're not putting a SIM card in it, you're not interested in what it's recording specifically. And if you've not come to lock on the houses... Because the copper said, well, they won't know where it crashed. And I'm like, it's got like 3 cameras on it. And they're kind of looking where they're flying. Yeah. So if it is, a bit shady. Always, I thought the more expensive drones had a homing mechanism where if charge was diminishing, they want to navigate back to dock, don't they? Yeah. Well, I think this thing just hit our big fir tree and crashed to the ground because when I pressed the button, the light still came on. So it's still a battery in it. Yeah. So I think it probably just crashed. Quite often you see the little pocket drones buzzing up in the air and you're like, yeah. I was just more surprised I hadn't heard it because they're not quiet. It was a big drone. It's about that big. Yeah. With the body and then the arm sticking out. So it's like, I don't even know when it would have been flying because I would have heard it. Anyway, they said if it's not played in 90 days, we'll just destroy it. I'm like, cool. Teak says, good guys, more people should think about pollinators and critters in their gardens. Yeah, absolutely, mate. No, it's something we've always done since we've lived at this house. It's just had a dedicated bit of garden, just left fallow. Apparently in the chat is the fox that lives in Fox's garden says, I don't do mouse catching. But are they not tasty delicious? Yeah. I don't know who that is, but 10 points for that. 10 points for that, yeah, that's... Yeah. See, I'm trying to figure out a way to put food out for the fox that doesn't involve encouraging mice, but I can't think of one. Because whatever you put out, it's available to everything in the garden. Not pretty much, yeah. Yeah. So I'm like, I don't quite know. I want to leave out bits of cat food or stuff, or whatever it is, and leave out for the foxes, or leftover KFC or something. Whatever. Yeah, but we had a neighbour. I've told you this one before. We had a neighbour that lived here. She's gone now, but she went on holiday for a week. So she put her cat in the shed with 7 bowls of cat food labelled Monday to Friday. Oh God, really? So of course, Sunday night we're in the garden and we could hear this dull noise. What the bloody hell's that? Coming from next door, and I knew she was away, and I thought, who's got the cat then? Is it? Yeah, it's the cat itself. So me being me, like we had the key so that we could keep an eye on mail and all of that lot for her. Yep. So I navigated towards the shed where the noise was going and looked through the window. There's the cat, almost laying on its side, going, stick a fork in me, because it was full up with 7 bowls of cat food. So I unscrewed the latch on the lock to open the door to retrieve said cat, and we had it in with us for the rest of the week. But I laughed when I saw the 7 bowls of cat food lined up with Monday cheese. Labelled Monday. It's like, really? And she was like, I honestly didn't think. I was like, yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I take it was an indoor cat, not an outdoor cat then. It was a domesticated cat, yeah, but... Yeah. She just, rather than leave it indoors, decided to lock it in the shed with 7 bowls of cat food. And it's like, why didn't you just ask us to look after your cat? Just get your neighbour to do it. I didn't think you would. Well, we kind of have, because it's, Why didn't they just get you to go around every day and feed it? Yeah, it's like, let it wander around, it'd be fine, it's a cat. It was like, that's one of our favourite memories. It's like, cat. 7 days. Yeah. Such people do exist. Exactly. There's people out there that are probably sitting there going, I don't see that being a problem, mate. Yep. Yeah. What's the cat going to do? It's like putting a big bone in front of a dog. What's it going to do with it? It's not going to just flick it to one side and play with it. It's going to gnaw on it, isn't it? Yeah. You're never going to find a domesticated cat or dog that will pass the marshmallow test. It's not going to happen. C14 is what I need. A fox that lives in Fox's garden says you catch it and eat it and let me know. Ew. It's not people food. Oh, dear.
It's for your baby.
Got to be channel name of the month there, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Fox that lives in Fox's garden. I expect content. Oh, then again, no, because it'll be content of somebody watching our house from the back of the garden. That'll be a bit spooky.
Yeah. It'll be drone footage and then a crash.
Crash, yes. I get the impression it hit our tree and the previously super glued arms because, as we know, super glue is a bit crap at.
Yeah, it just shatters, doesn't it?
Then it crashed to the ground and probably broke the other arm.
Yeah.
Because I thought I'll get the SIM card out and I'll get a little cheap SIM card reader off Amazon and see what's on it, but there's no card in it, so I'm like, okay.
One of the neighbours has an abandoned drone on her roof.
Oh, yeah.
Where obviously it's one of these El Cheapo ones and the battery just went flat and plopped straight on the roof. And
yeah. Because, I mean, this one's about 200 quid, so if 200 quid's not a big amount to you, then I suppose if it crashes, you'd be like, oh, just go. Because I read the reviews of it, and it's not apparently very good.
Yeah.
The drone, anyway, it's a bit rubbish.
I can imagine a serious drone would be nearly $1,000, wouldn't it? I would have thought.
Yeah.
When you see some of the drones that are doing the rounds that, like, say, people that Bill know that do the drone rescue in the mountains looking for missing people, they're serious bits of kit.
Expensive stuff.
Yeah, and I watch a lot of the stuff with the football stadiums that have been built. It's great AMSR, actually, or ASMR even. And I watch a lot of the footage where you've got these big engineering projects going on and the folks are going up in drones getting footage as well as time-lapse stuff. And I love all of that. I've been watching the Etihad at Man City being built. And then obviously when the Old Trafford project starts, I know they've got a no drone fly zone above it, but people will still fly drones there to watch the building take place. But I love all of that because I love seeing all these building projects from breaking ground to completion. I love all of that stuff because my childhood was like, I want to be a crane operator, the guy up in the tower crane in the little tiny cabin.
Oh, yeah. I can see that.
Oh, I'd love that all day long. So I love any footage that captures all of this work going on. And I was watching the big roof trusses go up during the week. And and I'm not a Man City fan, don't get me wrong, but I'm a fan of engineering and building.
You like a nice roof trough when you see one.
And it's just fascinating to watch the process that is gone through to achieve this. And a lot of people will go, oh, how comes it's taken so long? When you look at the engineering thought processes of, even just the support beams that are only there to hold it up and then they're going to get dismantled and taken away. But someone sat there with a drawing and the calculator and worked out all the stresses and the weight bearing loads. And
it's physics and engineering.
Mate, watching it go in place is just fascinating for me, and I spend hours watching that.
Now, here's a memory then on that subject.
Yeah.
When you were a younger man in the 1980s, did you watch what I watched on screensavers? Come on now. Watch what I watched on Channel 4, which was they were building. Just turn my screensaver off. Hang on. Stop. One of my screen's flicking. Give me a sec.
I can remember watching the Shard being built, Wembley Stadium being built, all of that, because I love projects like that. It's fascinating.
It was a series on Channel 4 where they were building a skyscraper in New York, and it was from scratch, and it went on for a few years.
Yeah.
And every time I see like New York now, and you see the building, it's like, oh, I remember watching that, and it was I can't remember what it was. It was some bank building, but it's there now, and it started off with them like literally doing the plans, and it's followed them as they built it over a few years.
I watched the Tower 1 being rebuilt at obviously the WTC site, and watched that project where obviously you had from the original pile right the way through ground zero being cleared, and then obviously from the foundation's been dug all the way up, and it's a fascinating project, but quite an emotive one, obviously, because of what it stood for. And then at the end, they give you the tour where you've got all the waterfalls and all of that lot with the original footprint of the buildings, and you gets you thinking, doesn't it? But
yeah,
certainly building-wise, it's a beautiful thing to watch. And then obviously the Shard going up in London, I watched that one. But there's going to be another big
pineapple.
Yeah, there's going to be another big one up in Dubai. No, the Shard is the big pointy one that looks like broken shards of glass.
Oh no, I'm thinking of the gherkin, aren't I?
You're thinking of the gherkin that's shaped like a gherkin, mate.
That's the one.
Yeah. And then you got the walkie-talkie and all that's shaped like a walkie-talkie. But yeah, there's going to be another big one going up in Dubai, and they're going to be time-lapsing all of that lot.
Nice.
But I love that sort of thing.
All that engineering, those like tall buildings in places like Dubai and stuff, is the insanity of that.
Yeah. And of course, you get the YouTube videos, Tower Crane's Eye View, and it's basically a crane operator that's got a webcam in his cabin, and you know, you're just watching him picking up stuff, moving it from A, putting it down in B. And I'm in my element, mate.
You'd like that because it's just like it's like getting all your Lego into. It's like when you do your lumberyard for your Lego, isn't it? You get it all ready and tidy.
I watched the Underground Driver, the tube driver's eye view, going through all the different stations in London. Eurostar going through the Channel Tunnel.
Yeah,
I need to get out more, don't I? Really.
I'm going to guess you've already downloaded Train Driver Simulator on the Xbox.
Oh yeah, I got it on the Xbox, mate. I've got Boat Simulator and all.
Well, apparently in Japan, those train driver simulators are massive. You can actually buy like the entire console, they're very, as big as with all the buttons and stuff, and you do your train simulation. But you've got all
there's a guy on YouTube's got a video up. He's converted his whole room into an A380 cockpit.
Oh yeah,
and I'm so impressed with that. I'm like, dude, I want that.
Yeah, because theoretically, if you've got an accurate flight simulator, you just connect in all the buttons to it.
Oh mate, yeah.
Writing the software to translate it all.
Dude, I fell in love with me HOTOS set, you know what I mean? Yeah. I'm like, oh, yeah. But yeah, I mean, all right, Helen wondered why I'd ordered a captain's suit with a hat. It's like, well, I've got to feel the part. But,
well, yeah, it's for them special Friday nights.
But yeah, that'll be another one I'm looking forward to doing. It'll be the flight school, starting from scratch on that. But yeah.
It's going to be good.
It's going to be a laugh doing that.
Yeah, I salute you for doing that.
Oh, why not? You know,
the drone that crashed in Fox's garden says, "I nearly got that damn fox, missed it by a whisker."
That's 2 new channels.
Yeah,
it's impressive, isn't it?
Yeah. We're not sure, but we think it's the fox that's the reason that we have like hundreds of ball poo balls in our garden.
Yeah, be their pellets, wasn't it?
But no, they're literally plastic ball pool balls.
Oh, right. I thought you meant, yeah.
No, they're literally, there's loads of them, there's thousands of them, but we don't know where they come from because we don't know any of the neighbours that have a ball pool. So we just have hundreds of plastic coloured balls in the garden.
Oh, nice one.
We leave them there because we assume the creatures play with them, so. Very weird, and then occasionally we'll find like one sneaker.
Perhaps they've been airlifted in by the drone.
Could be. Somebody just messing with our chi by just dropping plastic balls into the garden.
Yeah. That was the best part of me being a parent in the 1990s, was taking my boys to the ballpark. Because obviously, being a dad, we had to test it first for safety reasons.
Yeah, all the rides and stuff.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah, so yeah, could you get out of there now, mate? You've been in there an hour. Oh, yeah. All right, then. Damn it.
Right, son, I've got to test this merry-go-round for at least 6 hours until I throw up.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Dad, I'm not going to go at 78 miles an hour just because you are.
Oh, yeah. My eldest boy, for his 2nd birthday, I bought him a full-blown Scale electric set. Yeah.
This is reasonable. Just you and every other dad.
Yeah, it's like,
This is the way forward, that. Because you say to him, well, you see, by the time he gets old enough to appreciate it, it'll be worn in.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, I'll set it up.
Ready to roll.
Got to test it. It's like, yeah.
Got to test it extensively.
he was up in the loft recently. He went, there's a Scale Electrics in the corner. I went, yeah, I bought you that when you was 2. He said, but I've never played with it. I said, well, that's your loss then, isn't it?
You should have been more possessive.
Yeah.
You should have fought me for it.
Speed Rangers is in saying hi to Colin and Fox. Hello, mate. How you doing?
Hello, buddy.
Bill says I've converted my bedroom into a full-size bench simulator. Happy days.
Yeah. Hang on a minute. Here's a question then. What was it, Lex?
Yes.
Did he not, when he said that there's a full-size Scale Electric in the loft, he didn't then bring it downstairs and you both sat there playing with it?
No.
That would be the expected outcome of that discovery normally.
Yeah, it was the disappointment that wasn't the outcome. It's like,
that's almost as bad as not taking your dad to Warhammer World.
Oh, yeah, I'm over it.
That's twice now they've done this.
I was over it. Come to think of it, actually, I'm not over that.
You're not over that, are you? I think you need to divorce your children. My screen's being weird.
Yeah, your screensaver keeps kicking in, doesn't it?
No, it's just I get the little system, you know, like when sometimes if you connect a second monitor, the screen goes black for a second and goes ding. It's just doing that as if there's a second monitor connected.
Yeah.
But there isn't. It could be because my telly's connected with the Xbox.
That would be a distinct possibility.
Because it's a separate telly, but it's also used as monitor 3. So if it's on or plugged in and turned on and standby, it detects it, even though it's not using it. Do 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 do.
Phil Bolton saying hello to Space. How you doing?
Hello.
But yeah, I sat and watched the YouTube video of this guy's A380 conversion. Dude, it's epic.
Yeah, I think I've seen that in an article, but I've never actually watched a video.
Thousands and thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
But dude, there's a whole cockpit. It's amazing.
Is it an actual? Because if I remember rightly, didn't he just go and buy like an old to be scrapped cockpit?
He ended up flying out to a place and getting a complete cockpit assembly and shipping it over, and that's what he's based it on. You've got to switch on for 5 minutes because Phil Bolton has kindly put in a $5 super chat. To shut the Gadoo up for 5 minutes. He says, I'll do this all day. And again, before he goes off, thanks to Fox for taking it on the chin and being a good sport about it, because, yeah. So, he carried on with the Airbus story. He bought this from a plane reclamation place in the States and got it bought over, and there's pretty much bespoke fitted all the instrumentation into it, and yeah, it's a thing of amazement. And I sat and watched that and I was like, God, I so want that. And H walked in with some nibbles and some food and looked at me and she went, don't even think about it. And I'm sitting there, well, I haven't really. Have you been in the spare room and measured it? What we got for dinner? I was like, yeah, she knows straight away. It was like, yeah, busted. I might have been in there and worked it out, but mine would have just been tacky MDF, and but this guy's was just a whole thing, and I was like full of admiration for the bloke. It has to be one of the most blokiest projects I've seen. And I'm like, yeah, I salute you, mate. And it's like, he can't be married. He didn't say on air whether he was married or single, but I'm sitting there thinking he can't be married, could he? Because how many of us would our wives sit there and let us do that? They wouldn't, would they? You know, so, yeah. My missus would let me convert the spare room into a shoe storage room or something like that, but, yeah. An A380 cockpit, yeah, I think she'd draw the line at that. However, if I said I was going to recreate the entire bridge from the Starship Enterprise, then she'd be like, yeah, that's a good idea, mate, because, yeah, she's always wanted to go to the studio where the Next Generation was filmed in full Star Trek get-up, just to do the whole bridge tour and all of that lot, because she's a bit of a Trekkie. So, yeah, that'd be right up her street, that would. She'll kill me for saying that publicly because, yeah, she is a Trek geek. Or Runabout Cockpit. Yeah, that's a good shout. That is a good shout. Do you think I'd get away with that, Fox? But, yeah. She would be able to release Inner Trekness with a Kira seat. Oh, yeah. But yeah, that'd be right up her street, that would. The full-blown TNG bridge. Yeah. Lex would be Data, I reckon, because he is one of those facty blokes, you know what I mean? He knows... You'll be talking about anything and he'll just come up with some random fact about it. And it's like, dude, how do you know all this stuff? Yeah. And I have my son back. Yeah. Oh, right, which end is it? It's the narrow end, has the cap on it. That way. Right, let's get that on there. Your wife has good taste, Cole. Yeah, she's a proper Star Trek TNG fan. She's never really been into the other variants. It's the one that she liked. It was the one she got into. And as far as she's concerned, it's the only Star Trek worth watching. It's like, I'm not going to argue with her. I'm too frightened, mate. Not that brave. He said, yeah, that would be awesome. Yeah, it would be cool, wouldn't it? I would do it just to see if I could get away with it, but yeah. But yeah, if there was a big old Star Trek role-playing convention, she would go there. I'm sure there is one. It's probably where she's saying she's going to cricket and she's not. She's going to a Star Trek convention, probably. Good luck to her. That should go on there. Yeah. Clean that up a bit better. But yeah, full-blown TNG bridge. Yeah, that would be kind of cool, wouldn't it? Never know if Lex moves out. Could convert his room, couldn't I? Convert that for her, and then I could have the A380 in Cal's old room.
That would be an awesome idea.
It would, wouldn't it?
It would be most excellent.
Yeah, she is.
But I have to say, though, it's good that she doesn't like DS9, because can you imagine how uncomfortable it would be if, like, Superintendent Kira came on the screen while you were both watching together?
Yeah, I would have neck muscle damage, because obviously where I'm looking at Kira and then looking at H to see whether she spotted me looking at whiplash. Kira, I'd have a neck like Mike Tyson by the end of the day, wouldn't I?
Yeah. So it's a good job that she doesn't like the old DS9. It's a good job that she doesn't know that you like DS9.
No,
she never watches your live streams.
Yeah, I tend to watch that while she's at work, and yeah, I always tend to stop at the same season for some reason. Never seem to progress. I wonder why.
I've never seen a man wear a hole in a videotape before, but you know what I mean.
But you're showing your age there.
We all have to start somewhere.
Yeah. How many of us rented Basic Instinct, and that scene with Sharon Stone was always the one that was distorted, where everyone had previously frame advanced, still paused frame. Yeah.
I've never actually seen that film. It was not the kind of film I would have watched.
It's not particularly
no.
Great film, to be quite honest with you.
Not the kind of film I would have been interested in. Not
anyway. Most people watched it just to see Sharon Stone's growler, didn't they? And it was like
growler.
That's all they wanted to watch it for. Yeah, excuse my language there, folks, but it's easier. Yeah.
I don't know what mustard my local hot dog place uses on the hot dogs, but God, it's just put this yellow tint on my thumbnail, like
hot dog mustard. See what I did there?
Yeah, but it's like It's like I've dipped my entire thumbnail in Lamenter's yellow or something.
Oh, Lamenter's yellow.
I don't think what it's done to my interiors.
And it's right on the end, isn't it? So that's...
Space Rage Recording Studio says he's just released a new song called Abductions.
Oh, nice one. Happy days.
Yeah.
Get in now.
Yeah.
Because you want to get back into your music, don't you?
Yes, I do. I do.
For those audience members that don't know, spill the beans on your musical prowess from the past. Come on.
Oh, prowess. No, I wanted to. My saving up goal at the minute is to get back into the writing music stuff. So I'm saving up to get myself a synth and a 24-track recorder, like the old days. Because I got rid of all my musical gear to get this workbench set up and getting back into modelling. So I've got my sights set on a Jupiter X and a specific 24-track that I can't remember what the name is. It's a SD card based. I can't remember.
Is it a Roland? See what I did?
No, a Roland. No, it's a Tascam or Tcam. I think it's a Tascam.
Oh, right, yeah.
DPs, I can't remember. It's 24-track and it uses SD card, basically.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the modern equivalent of a Porter Studio.
Oh, right, yeah.
Which was I started out, when I first started out, like in the late 80s, I had a little 4-track Porter Studio that used cassettes.
Oh, right, yeah.
And you could record multiple tracks, but you had 4 tracks and you could bounce them all in. But it was all cassette based. It was very simple.
A lot of them used to have the old 3.5 floppy disk, didn't they?
Mm-hmm. But I navigated away from that eventually into a reel-to-reel 8-track studio recorder, and then after that, in the mid-90s, I got a hard drive based TIAC 8-track.
Oh, right, yeah.
But then I had all the mixing equipment and everything else at the same time. But nowadays, I'll just be simple as one synth and the recording desk or the recording thing.
That'd be an interesting project, wouldn't it? Or reinvigorate you, dear.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of burnt out on the music because I got caught up. I used to do electronica, and then I got caught up trying to recreate real instruments, like, because I wanted to do sort of slightly orchestral sounding music, like bring strings and things in.
Yeah.
And they were the simulations of real instruments in those days were not great, and I fell down that hole and then kind of forgot how to do electronica, and then I kind of fell over and fell out. So I'd like to get back into it, but if I get just this Jupiter X and it's just purely electronica, then I'm not doing real instrument stuff.
Yeah.
And I thought I could just record on the PC and get like software, but it's like, no, I want a physical thing.
Yeah, I did it with the guitars. I have, what's his name, Guitar Rig, which is basically all the effects that you would have in an amp rack and all of that lot, but it's all on the PC, and you just plug your instrument on there using an iRig and boom, off you go, And
well, I thought about like just using something like that, like Cubase or Ableton or something, like just the recording software. But I'm like, no, I want
it's not the same, mate. It's not the same as a good old Valve amp or something like that. It's just, it's too,
I mean, if I had
too clinical.
If I had my absolute druthers, I'd get, I'd rebuy Tascam 388 Studio 8, which was the old reel-to-reel 8-track studio recorder that I had.
Yeah, remortgage your house then, yeah.
Yeah, because like when I had it, I bought it for I think £600 in like 1991.
Yeah.
And I sold it for, I don't know what I sold it for, in about 2012. Now to buy one, they're like $7 or $8 because they're classics.
Yeah.
So, but if I had my druthers, I'd do that because it was fun recording on the old reel-to-reel tapes.
Yeah.
But I'll have to record on digital. But I want a little device. I don't want to record straight to PC. I want some limitations because it'll force me to get creative.
Yeah.
Like I won't have any way to sequence unless I physically get some sort of sequencer hardware.
Yeah.
So I'll have to do lots of live performance.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might have an arpeggio track and a drum track from the synth directly, but after that, everything else has to be played by hand. And it's a limitation, but it forces me to be more creative than just laying down
absolutely
tracks. It'll be fun. Maybe next year. Depends how long it takes me to save up.
Yeah, and these things ain't cheap, are they?
No, and real life tends to kick you in the balls and get in the way anyway, so I'm reluctant to plan too much at the minute, so I shall just keep my eyes open.
Yeah, I'm, as you know, 1 step forward, 3 steps back at the moment, but that is the new reality, and as much as it dogs me off, it's a case of adapting to it and accepting it and seeing what I can do within the boundaries of it, you know, and it's a new learning experience, isn't it? And that's why when I came back doing lives, instead of me coming in and doing a full-blown 5 shows a week schedule, I've had to make changes because of, you know, and time's right now to give E-Models a go, just to get that back in the routine, because them guys have been good to me, and the least I can do is cobble together and get the show back on the road for them.
Yeah.
So,
and it's like I was saying, you know, the fact that, you know, you have the limitations now that are new limitations, but it just forces you to get creative in other ways, and that's like me wanting to do it the manual way rather than just doing it all on computer. It's like, no, I want to do it the old way, because then I have to be creative, and you have to come round to ways of doing things that you wouldn't have had to do before.
yes.
And new stuff might come out of that. You never know.
You're relearning stuff, and it's challenging, don't get me wrong, but it's not the end of the world either. No. You know, you just improvise, adapt, and overcome, don't you? And
yeah, you find other ways to do stuff, and then you might end up finding new ways that you may never have thought of because you never had that limitation before.
Exactly. So, yeah, it's frustrating, don't get me wrong, because it takes time out of your schedule, you know, and just as you're getting into the flow of, you know, doing your content, you end up back at square one. But it's just how things are, isn't it? But you know, I've obviously, you know, because I've been speaking to Chris and Ted during the week, and I've chatted with James, mate, and you know, so they know the score. They're fully aware and have been very, very supportive. And
E-Models are absolutely supportive.
I think the time is right just to have a go. And it's like anything, you won't know until you add it to your schedule and see how you are. So we're looking at moving what was mine and Fox's Wednesday show to the alternate Monday slot. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the E-Models Monday, and then next Monday there won't be an E-Models Monday because it's alternate weeks. But I'm not going to add my Monday show for a couple of more weeks yet, just to see how I get on, because I've put a new show in my weekly routine, because
you need to get settled in that first. And
I come to the bench for a few hours and then I'm back upstairs and doing real life stuff away from the bench, so my time is limited now for the hobby, and I want to come down, do the live streams, get them done, and get it, you know, a little bit of stuff done for the E-Models guys, because it's been a while.
You can't just dive in straight away.
No, because I'm on quite a strict regiment, as you know, and
if you dive in at the deep end straight away, you may as well be jumping into a vat of molasses. You're just
the last time I did it, I ended up back at square one and back off air again, because I went and burnt the candle at both ends again, and the carcass was like tilt.
Carcass is like, wait a minute, no, wait.
Yeah, so I'm being sensible now, and I'm doing as my medical people tell me. I'm doing as I'm told. Yes, PJ, I said that. I am doing as I'm told.
And it's not H threatening him.
No, and he'll be sitting there going, how many times have I told you that, Cole? Yeah, I know, mate. We got there in the end.
Damn it, that's not even the right piece. I've just cleaned that piece up and it's not even the right damn piece.
And then obviously I've got video content where I've got builds where before I used to do a solo on a Monday and a Wednesday with everything will move just to that Monday slot. So the 16th tank and that will be coming back to life. The London bus that was for the other show, I shall now do as a video build series and do that as a full-blown step-by-step build for the guys at E-Models, literally as if people haven't built a model kit, because all the instructional stuff gets done for E-Models step-by-step. And I think I'll do that for them, because that's going to be a special livery on that and all of that. So rather than do that live, I'd rather focus it and do it close up on video so people can see, you know, bits and pieces modified for the bust build and
actual proper tutorial type thing.
So that'll be there. I've then got big Cader Lego digger to put together. That'll go on the alternate Mondays show once the tank's done. And then I haven't got a small YWOBB build, so I might snag something for a little quick win video series because the Dakar bike's done. I've just got to upload and voice over the last bit of the diorama for that. And that's that build series done. And then I'll snag something for the next quick video build series whilst the bus has been done in the background because that's going to be a long-termer.
Yeah.
So, yeah, just get some content up for the guys at YWOBB because they've been good to me over the years. And I would like to say a massive thanks to James and Pete, mate, for messages that they've sent me over the last 6 months, you know, because they keep in touch. And,
I mean, I was saying to James the other day that I was feeling bad because I've not done anything for them. And I've got, you know, I think 2 or 3 builds that I've not finished for them and stuff like that. And he was like, we fully understand and we're more than happy that, you know, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
He said, you and Colin, we know what's going on. It's not a problem.
He was quite shocked, wasn't he, at first, because he was like, dude, I didn't realise things were, Then it was, dude, don't worry about us. Take a year out. No, it's not like that. As soon as I can get back to it, I'll be there.
I will be there. I mean, what have I got? I've got the Imperial Night that I started doing for the filming for them. I've got Lord Croak that I was streaming, but I'll probably just finish.
Yeah, Bill Zofsky, see you later, Bill. Take care, mate. Thank you for coming in.
And I've still got the Baneblade to finish that we were streaming that I was just going to finish this filming.
Oh, yeah, I've got a base to build for that,
Base.
A final frontier.
I see what you did there.
Good, wasn't it? You was impressed, weren't you?
Not doing the actual tune because that would be a stupid thing to do.
Nearly. Yeah, so we got those. That's ladders, so they can be done.
Just installing my horsey breathing tubes.
Horsey breathing tubes, all the tubes.
It's a deathcore horsey. Of course he has a gas mask.
Of course it does. Let's have a look at it.
There on Krieg.
That's all ladders. So we want...
Now to do his large erection.
See what we did there.
I'll do that large erection last, actually. Attach his accoutrement. I don't want to scare you, but I think I may actually finish this dude before the end of the show.
Oh, you go careful.
Yeah, I know.
You're showing off now.
Well, no, if I was showing off, I would have done like 6 dudes.
Yeah, there is that. Yeah, but the day you do 6 dudes is the day I turn up with dreadlocks, mate.
Yeah. The day you walk out from behind the beaded curtain.
Bow, bow. Boom, chaka, wow, wow.
I don't even know why that would be the case. It just makes no sense. Where does this sword go?
I bet every time you go into a shop with a bead curtain, you think it's Festa lurking behind there.
I can't say I've actually ever been in a shop with a bead curtain.
Damn it, I thought I was going to get you to admit that then.
No.
Note to self, must try harder.
When I was that kind of age, those kind of shops were not the kind of shops I went in.
When I was that age, they was all blacked out windows. You knew exactly what it was in there.
When you were that age, you were working in the shop with the beaded curtain.
I knew a man that knew a man, yeah.
Yeah, we all knew a man that knew a man.
Used to be one just down the road on the corner there. It's like, yeah.
How does... Oh, I see.
Guy with the balding afro and the big old Ron Jeremy tash. It's like, yeah, know where you work, mate.
There's nothing worse than... obviously, look, receding hair is bad, but when it's an afro, it's even worse.
Yeah.
It's like, it's such a shame. It's like, no.
Oh, yeah, it was the big flared collared shirt undone to the navel. Medallion man. It's like, yeah, cliche. Like, yeah.
It's like we're British. We don't do Huggy Bear. It doesn't work. Don't even try. I found a photograph from my dad the other day. It was in the 70s, and he was just sat there on the settee in this, and it was in the 70s when it had this like pink shirt. It was like, imagine a denim shirt, but it's not denim, but it's got denim-like material.
Yeah.
But it's kind of faded pink.
Yeah.
And it's got massive collar, and it's open to the chest down to like the bottom of the rib cage, hairy chest sticking out. And he's got his big Zapata moustache and a can of beer in one hand and a cigarette in the other. It's like, that was my dad in the 70s.
Sitting outside that shop on my old rally chopper where I learnt the art of subtle persuasion.
Oh, yeah.
Because one of our neighbours was in the shop and came out, and I said, here, go and get us 20 silk cut. And he went to say, on your bike. I said, if you don't go and get me 20 silk cut, I'm going to tell Linda that you've just been in there. Linda was his missus. Suffice to say, whenever I needed a packet of smokes, he would always oblige and pick them up for me. So, yeah, cheers, mate.
God, do you remember the first time like a swarthy teenager asked you to get them some cigarettes from a shop? And how old did you feel at that point? You're like, oh, God, that means I'm old now if they're asking me.
Yeah.
The first time, he says, hey, mister, you get some cigarettes? I'd be like, oh, God, am I that old?
Yeah, I was still in my 20s.
Yeah, I think I was in my mid-20s.
Yeah.
It's not good, you know. Yeah.
It's one of them, innit? I mean, I don't know. What age do you have to be now, then, to buy them? I don't know. Is it different now?
I think they're putting it up every year now, aren't they? I don't know if it's like 18 still or older now.
Oh, they brought that law in, did they? I thought it was only a pipe dream, yeah.
I think they did. I could be wrong. I think that was the plan, to start increasing the age.
Was it so that anyone born after the year 2007 or something would never have been able to buy cigarettes? Is that right?
Yeah, should never be able to legally buy cigarettes, and therefore help reduce them getting started in the first place.
Do you think that's too much, Big Brother?
No, because it is something that needs to be got rid of.
Yeah, but life's all about choices, isn't it? At the end of the day.
Well, I know, but it's.
I look at it this way, right? 100 years ago, America had prohibition, and what did that do? That moved the sale of liquor underground. Are we not risking the same by doing that? Because you're always going to have some hooky geezer flogging slightly moody cigarettes with the wrong ingredients in at a rip-off price. So I think they're only going to encourage moving type of thing underground, aren't they?
They're never going to get rid of it, but if they can make it harder and harder for it to happen, because at the end of the day, it's one of those things that the government would look at it from the point of the billions of pounds on that they spend in the NHS for people.
Oh, I know the reasons behind it. I'm not that naive or that stupid. But
no, I'm saying for the audience's benefit more than
when you can walk across the road and buy, how can we say, substances of a perilous nature that are more dangerous than cigarettes. It's that stuff they've tried for years to get rid of and not succeeded. So they're only going to add tobacco to that list now, aren't they?
Yeah, I think it's the right thing to do.
Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I agree with what you're saying. They're never going to get rid of it, but I suppose they've got to do something, haven't they? They've got to be seen to do something.
I think they're opening up a potential underworld empire. And you're going to have a huge contraband problem because of that. And,
I think in reality, all you're going to get is that for most of the kids, the parents will just buy the cigarettes.
Yeah, you're never going to stop it at the end of the day, and it's like anything, if you want it enough, you will acquire it.
Yeah, I suppose anything you can do to make it less accessible, and then maybe it'll end up being not cool, and then kids will do it less, I suppose.
Oh, absolutely. But I get the reasons behind it. Like I said, I'm not that daft, we all packed up. Yeah, we all packed up the habit for a reason, and, yeah.
But the sad thing is that we do know people. I personally know people who the parents would buy their children cigarettes. I know people who would do that. It'd be like, you can just see it, can't you?
We are joined by royalty, folks. In the chat, we have the model making community's very own Carl Sagan. Ooh. The legend is amongst us, folks. I've got to put down my sander, and I'm just going to take in this monumental moment in time. Hopefully he's found his quote, because if he ain't, I've got nothing else to say.
Naturals.
Lord Candygram for Mungo, a.k.a. Jeff, is in the chat, folks.
Once intelligent beings achieve technology and the capacity for self-destruction of their species, the selective advantage of intelligence becomes more uncertain. I don't know what that last word was there. That went a bit weird on the end.
But yeah, I mean, getting back to the whole smoking bit, you know, I've got a mate who's got the hole in his throat, you know, that you have to put your finger over, you know. And, yeah, you know, it's that's caused it, you know. And
yeah, I mean, it is a tricky one. I mean, what can you do to try and just discourage people from getting into it and the kids? Because with kids, they're so easily led.
Absolutely. I just think you're potentially opening it up to an underworld community that will then rip people off. And you then have a whole crime base based around the consumption of said product. And look where that's worked in other areas. It's a difficult one.
Yeah. I mean, I suppose when it comes to the youngsters getting hold of them, they can't really charge them more than they can get from the shop because it's an avenue to get hold of them, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, all the massive increases in pricing they've done down here is they've made it very desirable to hold up any shipments of said items, or any places that sell said items are getting turned over left, right and centre because there's a huge revenue stream there.
Yeah.
So... that's already at this stage. Now, if you make it illegal,
I can't see a government ever actually. Well, I mean,
Australia tried it, didn't they?
Yeah, I mean, it's the kind of thing that I suppose eventually there may be enough people that don't smoke that are just making it illegal and stopping it completely. Because at some point, the responsibility comes down to the tobacco companies, I suppose. And if it's not profitable for them, they'll just go out of business.
I mean, that we're on the subject, you know. I mean, it's a hot topic that we're talking about, so I'm probably done for the night with my revenue from YouTube. So, yeah, because... Sorry?
I never thought of that.
Yeah, so, yeah, being that that's done, we can carry on because, yeah, YouTube are strict on it. But it's one of those. Because obviously I'm housebound, so I don't go out unless I'm going to the hospital. But anyone in the chat, when's the last time you walked along the street and saw someone smoking?
It's not as often nowadays. It's not as often I walk down the street and catch a smell.
My wife mentioned this the other day, that she said, I've got one for you. She said, I felt really privileged or confused today. I went, why is that? She said, because I saw someone walking along with a cigarette. She said, I haven't seen anything like that in a long time. She said, it's the first time I've seen a person smoking in public for years.
Yeah.
And I never gave that a thought. And then it was like, yeah, I suppose so.
Well, there's more and more places now where you can't, isn't it? So it's getting harder to find people that do it because they're so used to doing it just indoors or not in the street. I finished a dude.
Oh, happy days.
He's got a big erection.
PJ says to Jeff, I'm doing good. Hope you're in the land of rising tariffs. Yeah, tell me about it. Yeah, we won't get into that.
No.
Yeah, it's... I boiled in all auxiliary components. Triple stage ladder. Oh, the ladders. Laddery things.
I don't think it's worth me starting a new dude. We've got 15 minutes. People asking about my watch. It's a Casio Illuminator.
Yeah.
Very proud of it.
Yeah. Yeah, Jeff, he says it's been interesting. Yeah, I think it's very damaging. All right. Jeff has been a member for 45 months. You'll see a bit of SpongeBob on screen for you there, Jeff, celebrating that milestone, mate. Thank you kindly for your support, Jeff. It really does mean a lot, mate. Right, what have we got?
12.
Got a bit of that. Yeah, we're on for another...
What, 20 in it?
Yeah, another 20 minutes, folks, and we'll be coming off air at 2.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's the schedule for the show nowadays. I can get one of them done. Probably might even got a couple of them.
Last brew. Of course it's the last brew.
42, bit of that.
A little bit of that.
And number 60. Which is that one.
53. More horsey claws.
Oh, no.
I won't show you. I won't show you.
Creaky claws. Everyone said hello to Jeff. Yes, we are mightily privileged. We really are. Always nice to see you in, Jeff, on a serious note, mate. And hope you've been keeping well, mate, because, we do often, like I say, when people have dropped off the radar for a few weeks or so, we're like, are they okay? Here's one for you, Jeff. We've been trying to find out about Lynn Dipple. Is she all right out there, mate? Because she's gone off the radar, and we're kind of worried about her. You know, and whether she's all right. You know, I sent a message a while ago, but she's off Messenger at the moment, and I was just a bit worried about her. That was all, mate. If you do see her about anywhere, mate, say hi, and because. Yeah. We like to know our mates stateside are doing all right. Yep. I know she moved again, so it could be that. So, bless her. And of course, you had the recent storms and that out there, because I sent Jeff a message one morning because it came up on our news network over here that there was big storms and that in Texas, and I sent Jeff a message, probably woke him up, bless him, but it was like, just checking that you're all right, mate.
Making sure you're okay.
Because we do like to know, because, we're all mates at the end of the day. Space Rangers has got a scope, got to go, catch you later. Thanks for coming in, mate, and see you next time, buddy.
All right.
Always nice to see you.
Release more songs.
Yeah, we need all the music.
So many music. Got a bit loud, that, didn't it?
It did.
Tunes.
Yeah, that was in my drum of hearingness.
Yeah, was I coming in your ear?
That sounds so wrong, mate.
Good old Peter K.
Yeah. Yeah, because he's back doing lives now, because he wasn't well, was he?
Yeah.
Bless him. Have you a bit of that? Jeff says, I haven't heard from Lynn lately either, but she did pop into a Gross Models on Saturday a month or two ago. I didn't know she moved, but I do know that she's got a new job, yeah. Absolutely, yeah. It's just like, long as she's all right, we're happy, but... Yeah, I know she had lost her job and was looking for another one, and it was like, yeah.
She hasn't had that job long.
Yeah, but it's the current climate, isn't it, out there? You know, it's fire and fire mentality in a lot of places at the moment, short-term contracts and...
Yeah, nothing secure.
Yeah, gone are the days of a job for life, Fox.
Oh, yeah. Even in the civil service.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, if you got a job in the docks, it was more or less guaranteed job for life, same as the building, whereas that all changed, didn't it, in the UK years ago?
Yeah, if you got a job as a stevedore, you'd be sweet.
Yeah, it was like, yeah. Yeah, many, how can we say, dubious leadership decisions put paid to that sort of thing in our economy.
It's funny, I don't know if they're still called, people that like work at the docks are still called stevedores, but if I try and think of a stevedore, it's a bloke in a flat cap and a three-piece thick woolen suit.
Yeah.
And only that. It's no other outfit. Like bloke in a high-vis jacket, no. It's got to be a three-piece dark-coloured woolen suit.
Yeah.
A flat cap.
Yeah, you probably think they still do hot riveting as well.
Yeah. And they should just be like lugging, like craning all the big packages of cotton and stuff off the tramp steamers at the docks. That's what a stevedore is to me.
Yeah. It's like everything. It's all changed and it's all different now.
Yeah.
And we sound like our parents.
We are old men and we sound like it. We don't care because we are old. And that's the way it is.
Yeah.
Right. Let's manufacture this horsey.
Yeah, Jeff said, her new job's got different hours. That's probably why she's not been. But yeah, it's just like I say, we worry about folks when we haven't heard from them for a little while and they go off grid, and it's just how we are. We just worry. You know, like you, Jeff, Lynn's been around and a supporter for donkey's years.
Yep.
Well, we just want to know that she's okay, that's all, mate.
Yeah, just checking in.
Because, you know, we'd hate that she doesn't love us anymore because, yeah.
Because we're lovely.
Because we're lovely and she knows we love
lovely.
her.
Right, let's glue my horsey butt.
That sounds so wrong.
Horsey butt.
It's a siren. Happy days.
Does whatever a horsey butt does.
Okay, what are we doing? Got one of them.
You got one of them? Cool, I wish I had one of them. Squish and squeeze.
That's number 136.
I do like the fact that a lot of the joints on these horses are actually hidden under things. That's quite good.
Yeah, I think they need to be, though, don't they? Because of their gnarly toes. It's like...
I have to say, though, given that this is a new release this year, it's got hella mould lines on it.
Really?
Yeah, hella big, like, massive, dirty, great... Not massive, but, like, dirty, great, big white mould lines over everything.
Oh, that ain't on.
Which is unusual for GW, because they're not normally, especially on a brand new tooling.
Yeah, normally on a brand new tooling, they get rid of all the annoying things.
Yeah, and you just get a few little very light mould lines.
Yeah. Unless, of course, it's a stomper, but we won't go into that.
That's all mould lines. That's made of mould lines.
Yeah,
just for you, Colin. Look, just for you.
Yeah, cheers, mate. Yeah, we all love...
What's he claws?
We all love the stomper.
Stomper, stomper, diddly-doo.
He says as he's looking at it now. I must
finish painting that. Yeah, I'm just looking at my... I must finish painting that.
Yeah, it got put up there because we burnt out on it.
Yep.
And it was like, and I kind of knew that I had Insane Blade to follow as well. And it's like, yeah.
Yeah, we both knew what we had coming. Medical strips. Medical strips. Plastic card.
Phil Bolton says I was stopped on the street Monday by the police asking if I was Phil Bolton. Gave me quite a shock. He says, turned out my psychologist had called the police to do a welfare check on me. Oh, bless. Yeah. Gave him a start having a police car pull up next to me, but I appreciate that my doctor cared enough. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally get that, mate. But you'll probably find if you're deemed at risk, Phil, your local authorities will have you on a database, mate.
Yep. Which is a good thing.
Yeah.
I know when Mama Wolf couldn't be bothered getting out of bed to go to her appointments, the GP was on the phone the very next day saying, "Oh, I'll come round tomorrow and see how it's, you know, blah, blah, blah." I said, "Yeah, you're doing a wellness check, aren't you?"
Yeah.
Making sure she's all right. You're making sure I haven't got her locked in the attic.
I have it with our utility services because I'm deemed at risk. So if there's a gas or an electric or any form of outage like that, straight away my messages on the phone go, you know, there's going to be works carried on. A customer that's deemed at risk will be checking in to make sure that, you know, and if it's in the winter, if you've got heating, like they'll give you storage heaters, or it's like when the broadband goes out, they know I do a lot of my medical on conference. So it's like, use your mobile data, we'll pay your bill for the next couple of months, and that's what they do. And it's very rare that services go out now, but It's funny, I sent you a screenshot, didn't I, of my phone when we had the big storms. The risk of the electric going out straight away, it was, you highlighted as at risk. If the power goes out within an hour, you'll have someone knocking to make sure you're all right, and it's like, it's just how it is.
I never forget, during the Chocolate Velociraptor, that first December after lockdown, I had a knock on the front door, and Mum had been in hospital. She just come
2
back.
seconds, squishy alert, squishy alert. Lord Edward of Leonard is in. Cheers, Colin, and all the chat people. Hope you're all doing okay. Hello, Edward. Lovely to see you in. Yeah, sorry, mate. I shouted over you there, but I wanted to acknowledge Edward because...
Yes, I had a knock on the front door and opened the door, and there was some woman and a young bloke, and she went, "Hi, I'm the local such and such MP, council or whatever. And we were just delivering this little care package to a lady down the road, but apparently she's died.
Oh, right.
So I know your mum's an elderly lady. Would you like this little care package?" I'm like, "Oh, yeah, that's really nice. Thanks very much. Bye." And got rid of her. And I thought, at first I thought, oh, that's quite nice. And I thought, hang on a minute. She's delivering that to everybody with an old person. That's not being kind, because an old lady lives down the road that's died. No, she's basically delivering a small blanket, some gloves, and a crossword puzzle book in a plastic bag. And I'm like, yeah, you're just trying to court followers by being nice to the old people. I was like, oh, that's quite underhand, that.
Yeah, I mean, our local authorities are ever so good. Whenever there's a weather warning or alert, H's phone goes because she's my proxy. Then my phone goes, and it's like, it's one of them. It's nice in a way that they're aware, but in another thing, it makes you feel a little bit awkward. I don't know why, it just does. For me, it's like, I don't like a fuss being made, so to speak. And
no, I mean, this woman that came around for Mum, it was just coming around because it was an old person was at the house on the electoral register, and they were just delivering a care package to all of them. And it was a bit underhand to make up a story. She should have just said, "I'm the local councillor. We're delivering this to all the old people in the area."
Yeah, she would have got a lot more respect, wouldn't she?
Because all I got was, there's no old lady that lives at the end of the road for a start.
No, it's one of them, innit? You just sit there and you think, really, I'd rather you have been honest and gave me the BS routine,
It would have been a much nicer thing, to be honest, and say we're delivering it to everybody rather than just saying, here's a bullshit story that,
That many days.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I've glued a horsey together in a bit. And that'll be for today, I think.
Yeah, well, that's coming together. I've got a load of ancillary bits done for it as well, so I shall carry on building this during the week. So probably next Friday I will have a different model on the bench that I'm starting. I haven't decided yet whether to do the next truck. Suppose I should really, shouldn't I? I've got the 3 trucks done then.
Yeah.
And then I'll then do another armour build and start the 6R4. Oh no, that's video cult. I'll have a look through the stash and see what other think I can grab to do. But don't pre-plan, Cole, because it always goes wrong when you try and pre-plan.
Well, I've built one horsey.
Happy days.
With his big erection, as you can see.
With his big
his big wavy thing. So that's that done, with a grenade on the end, apparently.
Oh, they're nasty, aren't they?
Yeah, grenade on the end of his big stick.
Hey, look at it.
Look at the claws.
It's got claws. Look at the claws.
You don't like them, do you? You don't like them?
Do you know why? Because it reminds me of her feet.
We shall say no more about that.
Why did I whisper
I will
it?
say no more.
Why did I whisper it?
Because she can hear that just as easily as when she watches it.
Happy days, mate. It is like a, But yes, folks, so that is us for this week, peeps. Again, many, many thanks for tuning in and keeping us 2 idiots company. It really is appreciated. Thank you so much for the super chats, folks. It really does help me out. You wouldn't believe it. It really does. Thanks for all being good sports, Fox included on that one. Again, thanks for keeping us company. And we will see you next Friday. Also, don't forget, Monday we'll be hopefully popping up an E-Models stream over on their channel at 9 p.m, folks. Okay? So until then, stay safe and well. We'll see you on the next one.
Adios, amoebas.
Bye-bye for now.
Bye.
Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best. So treat the worst of times just like a test. If only I could go back in time, I'd tell myself that everything will end up alright. Just push yourself, test yourself, figure out what you like, and find your limits, don't be rigid, always work towards a prime. Surround yourself with open minds, people can change your life. A few friends with intent can help you feel alive. Find a passion, take some action, and with a little time, just be patient, make a statement, try to enjoy your life. They'll try to kick you